There's a community of people that are out there that believe that looks are everything, right? When you see someone comment on Twitter about the unfairness of the look standards and how looks are the most important thing, the first thing women go and do is call him an incel. An incel, if you guys don't know, is basically someone who does not get sex. He's a virgin. Nobody fucks him, right? That's an incel, all right? And I was debating making this video, right? But I just couldn't, the atrocities I've seen, right? The atrocities I've seen with other people, just I could not hold myself from making this video. So I'm not even sure if I'm gonna upload this, but if I see more atrocities on Twitter, Instagram, the comments, I will have to upload it because somebody has to speak out, right? Now, first of all, I consider myself very average on the looks. I'm probably a 5 out of 10, maybe a 4 on a 4, maybe a 5 on the good day. So I'm pretty basic, I'm pretty average on the looks rate. So, I haven't seen the worst of it, but I've seen other people who are worse than me having the worst of the worst, right? And then I've seen people who are 9 out of 10, and the stuff they go through, that's the stuff that's compelling me to make this video, right? And if I see more of this shit, I will have to upload more kinds of videos like this. But the fundamental, the fact is that the first impression is the most important thing you can do in any kind of situation and setting in a social aspect, right? So like a job interview, right? If you walk in and you're dressed up like you're fucking homeless, right? Oh fuck, I forgot, you can't swear because you get demonetized for that. You get demonetized for that stuff, so you can't even swear. I don't know what's going on. I got demonetized for my last video. I submitted a review, but anyways, going back to the topic, if you walk in looking homeless and you have this long ass beard, you haven't cut your hair, you look like you are homeless, right? What do you think the interview is gonna do? You haven't said a single word, and what do you think the interview? He's gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh, I swear to you. Anyways, what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna be like, what the, and then he's gonna kick you out. He's not even gonna listen. Most of the time, people are not even gonna listen to you. So the first impression is the most important in any social dynamic of human nature. And this is especially true in dating, right? Women are very ruthless at this, right? They are not gonna spread this. This is probably a conspiracy theory, but they're not gonna spread it. But I've seen on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, people being berated for their looks, man. If someone is in the wrong or someone says something against someone, the first thing they attack is their looks, right? And women are ruthless at that. If you get in an argument with a woman, she's gonna be like, you look like this, you should not be acting like that, you look like that, you do this, right? So women are ruthless when it comes to dating, and I've seen this firsthand. I'm an average guy, right? So when I see good looking guys, they are just walking into the fucking they're just walking into the club or bar, and they just, all the girls are just they're staring them down, just basically, IR-wording them, you know what I'm saying? Just staring them down, you know what I'm saying? And then, they have the easiest time talking to them. There's no icebreaker, there's not even ice there, there's no water, there's no land, it's basically space, they just connect, you know what I'm saying? So good-looking people have a very easy life, and I've seen the worst of it, right? Incels, I don't want to call them incel, it's a really derogatory term in my opinion. If you call someone an incel, bad looking guys, they're struggling. There are people out there, and I don't know if you are one of them or if you think you're one of them, because at one point I thought I was one of them, you know what I'm saying? At one point I thought maybe I look really bad, because there was a time where I was not getting any girl. This was when I was in high school, this was when I was almost starting college. I had no girls, but I started no fap, semen retention, no porn. that helped me out a lot with the game, with looks. You know, my skin cleared up, my hair started glowing. A lot of things changed with NoFap. So I make a lot of NoFap videos, so check them out. But we're gonna be talking about looks here. So I'm an average looking guy, or at least that's what you think. That's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe I should go to Wheat Waffled and ask him. Maybe I should pay him to give me a rating. But I'm an average looking guy, and I've had an most average experience with girls. But I've seen atrocities. I've seen war crimes, literally war crimes being committed towards ugly men on the internet and real life. Why is that? Because looks are the first impression, right? Like you have to be blind to talk to someone without noticing their looks first, right? Your first impression is your looks. So looks is the first thing that matters. And if you can't get your foot in the door, man, no matter what you say, no matter what you pull out, man, except there's one caveat to that, except no matter what you pull out, right? A girl's not gonna look at you, man. Like they're not gonna be interested in you because you look bad, you look ugly, and that's the core truth. That's the core truth of the matter of the fact. Now the caveat is, if you pull up in a Lamborghini or if you pull up in a Bugatti, well, now we're talking, right? Now we're talking because essentially you're getting a hooker at that point. They're not even gold diggers. Like I like to call them hookers. You're paying them to fuck you, right? So in my previous video, which got demonetized, so I'm trying to not swear, but in my previous videos, I spoke about desire and attention and sex. So sex without love, desire, and attention from the girl is meaningless, right? You can F word a hooker. I don't know if I can say the F word because I was reading, I have ADHD, so I just break off into tangents. But let me just clear this up. If you say the F word in the first 7 seconds, you get demonetized. But if you can say it mildly, moderately during the video, you don't. So I'm just like, now we're at 7 minutes, so I'm just gonna keep saying it. But anyways, to keep it short, looks are everything. And if you pull up in a Bugatti or Lamborghini, you're basically paying for a hooker to come fuck you, right? That's the basis of the truth. And going back to my previous thought, love and attention is what we desire, not sex. Like, try to disconnect this and think about it in that manner. We truly want to be desired by someone else. The sex is the physical aspect, but the spiritual, the psychological aspect, which is the most important. That's why people get married. That's why we have had relationship from the dawn of humankind. Why do you think men and women just, fucked each other and like separated, and like the kids grew up by themselves? Why do you think there are relationships since the dawn of time? Because we crave attention and desire and love from another human being, and that's the matter of the fact. So if you pull up in a Lamborghini and you're getting girls, she loves you only for the money. But there is an exception. There could be an exception. Maybe she falls in love with you for the money, but she falls in love with your personality. Like, you gotta be fucking next level at that point. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the best in the game, and you're rich. So people get lucky. This is basically luck, and genetics is basically luck. So going back to the main point, genetics, good looks. Women only care about good looks in the beginning, right? Like, if you are autistic, like you are Down syndrome and you're good looking, there's a good chance you will, fuck up the situation with the girl. But even then, there is, like, I've seen this with my own eyes. There's nothing you can do. There's absolutely nothing you can do that will turn off a woman if you're a 9 out of 10. If you've been looks maxed, going back to incel terminology, I didn't want to make this video so people didn't call me an incel, but someone has to speak up about the shit, bro. Someone has to speak up. And like if you're looks max, if you're 9 out of 10 and you say the worst shit, like you say some of the most fucked up, like you should deserve 5 years in prison minimum, she'll still fuck you. Why do you think women date criminals? Why do you think women date war criminals? Man, even Hitler had a wife. Even Hitler had a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think that happens? Because looks are the most important thing in this world, in the beginning, and probably during the part of your conversation, right? you have to say like you basically have to murder someone in front of her. Like if you're a 10 out of 10, you basically have to murder someone in front of her to like, you know, turn her off. But I've seen this with my own eyes, and I'm gonna get hate. I expect that fully. I'm gonna get hate from women. I'm gonna get hate from simps. I'm gonna get hate from men who don't know, who are blue-pilled. I'm gonna get hate from all these people because they live in this blue-pilled society where they think that, you know, they're all blind. We're all blind. We just, you know, we are all blind and we only fall for personality, you know? But I will correct myself at one point, is that, you know, people get lucky. And, you know, that's also a basic fundamental truth, right? Like I have, and I'm gonna say it in this video, I have seen ugly men, you know, like I don't like berating people for this, but like I've seen the most fucked up looking guys with really hot chicks, and they're not wearing designer clothes. They pulled up in a Toyota or a Prius. I think they're the same company. You know, I don't know because I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have a car, but you know, the matter of the fact is that, you know, there are exceptions in every statistic you look at, and you know, that's the matter of the fact. And that's one of the basic truth alongside looks and everything. But if you're an average guy, if you're in the average of the population and you do not look good, man, I have some bad news for you, man. And the only thing, you know, we're gonna end this video soon, but the only thing I recommend is you gotta looks max. What is looks max, you ask me? Well, it's another term by incels. You know, with this, I don't wanna dive deep because, you know, first of all, I'm afraid of being called an incel, you know, because I look average, and you know, if I make a video about incel topics, well, obviously they're gonna call me an incel. But somebody has to speak up, and I have nothing to lose because, you know, I don't give a fuck. But the matter of the fact is, what was I saying? I have ADHD. That's one of the fundamental truth about me. Now you know. But right, so the matter, going back to the incel, it took me like 3 minutes to remember that, where I was between this cut. Going back to incels, looks max. What is looks max? Well, the extreme of looks max, basically looks max is improving your appearance. If you're new to the incel sphere, looks max is basically improving your appearance so you become what is known as a Chad. A Chad, you know, there are a lot of people from different countries watching me, so I feel like I want to explain every term. But a Chad is a very good looking guy. I am a normie because I'm average. That's what average people are called. And you're probably average because, you know, if we follow mathematics and statistics, most people are average. Only the worst are the smallest part of the group and the best are the smallest part of the group. So we both are probably average and we are called normies. And obviously the bad looking guys are called incels. So to become a Chad, you gotta looks max, and the extreme of looks maxing is doing surgery. Yes, like Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, that's extreme of looks maxing, and men do that. You know, like hair transplant is looks maxing, you know? I'm losing hair. Even though I don't have a receding hairline, I'm losing hair. I have diffuse thinning. So I am fucking scared shitless about this shit, bro. What if I go bald? Well, that's over, bro. I'm already average and I'm gonna become an incel because I'm bald, bro. But thank God I don't have a receding hairline, but I'm still losing hair. Like you can probably see, look at that. I have no hair on my head. Like I do have a hypothyroid issue. I have hypothyroidism, so I lost a lot of hair. It went unchecked for 1 year, but I lost a lot of hair there. But looks maxing would, for me, looks maxing, let's give you an example. For me, looks maxing would be taking finasteride. It's a drug to block DHT, which is a hormone, which increases your hair. Minoxidil, derma rolling, and you know, peppermint oil, that will be looks maxing. So if you're stuck in a situation where you're frustrated, you're not getting girls, you probably, well, it would probably be instinctual to you. You know what I'm saying? It'll come by naturally. You'd be like, what do I do? Well, most people, they think if I get rich enough, I will have the girls, you know, so they get to the grind. But as I said, We don't want sex, guys. We're not looking for sex, right? We're not looking for that 5-second feeling of an orgasm. We're looking for attention and desire. And a lot of people, it took me a lot of time for this too. A lot of people have a hard time discerning the difference. We're not looking for sex, guys. We're looking for attention and desire. Try to understand that fact. When you look at a girl, you want to be desired. And then the sex comes. Sex is like the icing on the cake where you ultimately get to do the job. It's like a mission, you finish, it's like the last mission where you fight the boss. But you still have to get through the first block, which is the attention, desire. And that's where most games are. Like the boss fights are not the longest fights. You spend majority of your time doing small missions in the beginning so you can level up. But you want to be desired, and the way you get desired is not through money, but looks maxing. But I'm not suggesting you do surgeries like Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian. I suggest that you look at hygiene, haircuts, beard, try to grow a beard. You can go take another step forward if you can grow a beard. Like I'm gonna probably take minoxidil. Not finasteride because I don't think I have male pattern baldness. I have a hyperthyroid issue, so I'm losing hair as a diffuse pattern. So I think if I just take minoxidil, my hair will come back. I don't need to take hormone blockers. Also, I know this because I took Tren, which basically just fucks up your head. Like you lose everything you have. But I did not lose a single strand on Tren, so I know that if I take only minoxidil, I'll be fine. Most of you are not as lucky as me, so you probably have to take pills like finasteride, dutasteride, minoxidil, peppermint oil, derma rolling, whatever it takes. And if it doesn't work out, go to Turkey, right? So this is a process, and we have to thank the incels for discovering this process. Many people have discovered this, but it's only talked about. Like there's a forum called looksmax.org, and I browse that on my free time sometimes, and it's the funniest shit because it's completely uncensored, right? You can say the N word, the F word, the R word. Like these guys are like insane. They're clinically insane. In my opinion, they're clinically insane, right? Nobody types like this, right? So I browse that shit so I can see the worst of the worst, because these men are usually lonely, depressed, sad, and most of the time the looks, not just most, since the video is about this, all the time it's the looks that's to be blamed, and women are very ruthless at this. I have seen couples, the guy is average looking and the girl, she's average too, but if a hot guy walks in, the girl's demeanor changes. I've seen this with my eyes, and I have to speak out. Even though women don't attack me, I know, right? If I see a hot girl, I'm gonna do something different about it. I'm gonna change my behavior. I'm gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a thug maxed. A thug maxed is basically you're a criminal. You act like a criminal because women love criminals, but I'm gonna be thug maxed. I'm too deep into the incel dump. Guys, you need to save me. But anyways, going back to the topic, right? Women don't hate me. I'm gonna change my behavior, and it's natural. It's instinctual. They're not doing it on purpose. So, the only people to blame. Now we're gonna, come to the conclusion of this video because it's almost 18 minutes long, and I've been rambling about this shit because I have so much to say. But the only people to blame are the people who are, out of self-control. They're out of control, and they're promoting this culture, right? So there is always going to be a bigger fish in the sea. We have had marriages for thousands of millennia, right? If your girl is good, and this is another fundamental truth you need to take with you. If you find the perfect girl, she will get attracted to the guy, but she will make sure that she does everything to fight that, right? Because she knows it's wrong to even desire the guy, even look at him, right? Islam, I'm not Muslim, but Islam, the guys are taught to lower their gaze when they see a woman because they don't want to sin with the desire. That's the psychology that the good women have. They don't want to even look at the good looking guy. because they will feel like they're cheating. And this is a unicorn of a girl, and I don't think these women are going to be around in 50 years, because the people to blame for this epidemic are the people who openly cheat for women. I'm going to make a video about how men should cheat in every relationship. Stay tuned for that. But the women who openly cheat, openly promote hypergamy, who openly, just like our word, a good-looking guy when they're with their, significant other, these are the women out of control, and I don't want to demonize the great United States of America, or where I'm from, Canada, but it's usually Western women that are like this. Usually Western women are like this because they're out of control. They know they have options. They know hypergamy exists. They know they can get a better guy if they look good. So they just use average people like me and average people, incels. So they just use that. So the people to blame are the out of control women, right? Out of control women are the people to blame at this. And something has to be done about this, right? Now, I thought about it. I thought about just imposing a worldwide Islamic nation. But I don't think that's going to work out, because I only was looking at the perks where women are like basically stoned to death if they like even think about cheating, right? But you have to go to extreme measures to do something about this, right? The enemy is out there. These out of control westernized women. These are the women that are just out of control and promoting this hypergamous. If you don't know what a hypergamous is, that it means a woman will always date up the ladder of men in terms of looks and status. A 3 out of 10 land whale, a fat woman, will always go for a really attractive guy because her sense of self-worth is, inflated, because she has so many simps already. So many average guys are already chasing her. She thinks she's a 10 out of 10. She's a hypergamous in nature. She'll always date up the ladder. She's not going to go for her looks match. Another incel term. Looks match means they're good. They look the same. The guy and the girl looks the same. That means looks match. She's not going to date the same across the ladder. She's going to date up the ladder. So the hypergamous nature of woman. And I don't want to demonize the West, again, the great United States. Don't navel strike me, please. I'm just making a YouTube video about incels. But the really, fundamental truth, another fundamental truth. This video is literal with fundamental truth. And another fundamental truth is that all women are hypergamous. And that's where I go back to my last point, where you got to find a unicorn. They still exist. I know, because I've seen it. You have to find a unicorn who has self-discipline. It's basically self-discipline, self-control over her desire, and she's extremely loyal. This is a fundamental truth. You gotta find that, right? But the enemy is hypergamous, westernized women. This is our enemy, guys. This is ruining everything in society. All the major divorce problem, relationship problem. People get treated better if they look good. That's because women, hypergamous women, are making it the norm. Their friends see them treat good-looking people better. So their friends, because like in deep down, even subconsciously, people treat good-looking people better. But there's this voice. It's called a conscience, which tells us that we got to treat people fairly no matter what they look. And if you're a high IQ guy or a girl, you're going to know that, yeah, I can't just, treat this guy better because he looks good. So we're adding to the laundry list of the unicorn. She has to be high IQ. That's where the self-discipline and self, what do you call it? Self-respect. I have ADHD, guys. I can't think. Anyways, self-discipline, which is the fundamental aspect of the unicorn, right? And she has to be high IQ to build that self-discipline, because high IQ individuals have greater amount of self-discipline, right? I'm probably low IQ because I don't have self-discipline, but I did know that, so I probably do have high IQ. Guys, what do you think? Am I a retard? Anyways, going back to the point, right? So let's jump back to the main point, looks maxing. So if you're stuck, let's help you guys. You know, as an average guy, I can probably help the average guys and the bad looking guys. I don't know about the good looking guys, they're having the best time of your life. But the average guys gotta looks max. Hygiene, haircut, beard, grow a beard, take medicine to grow a beard, right? Working out, you gotta lose weight, guys. You gotta lose weight. If you haven't lost, if you're above 12 to 13% body fat, you are not allowed to call yourself anything. You're not ugly, you're not good looking, you're not even average, because you don't know how you look. So if you are fat like me, I'm fucking fat, but I was thin before and I was average, but I'm fat now, so I'm probably like a 3 out of 10, but I'm fat now, so I know how I looked before. That's why I'm calling myself average. But if you're above 12 to 13% body fat, you should not be even trying to date, because your chances are completely down the drain. So if you're a guy who's struggling, try to lose weight. That will probably be the biggest looks max that you will ever do in your life. No amount of leg lengthening surgery, no amount of surgery on your face, I mean, probably would fix it if you do buccal fat removal, but that's the same thing. You have to lose weight. Guys, if you're not actively trying to, unless you are below your BMI target where you're underweight, most of the people are overweight and they're skinny fat. If you don't lose the weight and see your six-pack abs, you're not allowed to date, man. You're gonna face rejection. To maximize the looks maxing and to maximize your dating potential and the chances of getting a girl, you gotta lose weight. So that's one of the things to the bucket list if you're struggling. But let's get to the last point of this video. It's already 30 minutes long. What the fuck? It's the longest video I've ever made. It's such an important topic. Black pill. Another incel ideology. The black pill, and it's basically pointing to my first point, guys, the topic of this video. The black pill states looks and height are everything, right? So if you're not getting girls and if you're depressed, I have a different way of looking at this thing, guys. When I was at my fattest, I was 200 pounds. Guys, I don't even think I was on the scale. I was in the negative. Anyways, I was 200 pounds. And you know, my thinking was that God gave me the worst genetics. I'm fucked. I'm going to be depressed. I'm going to be sad. But then I switched it around. On God. On God. On God. I switched it around. I said, I have tried everything except losing weight, right? I have tried everything. If I'm not getting the results, it's not on me. So I should probably try to focus my interests in other areas, right? So the black pill is the most fundamental truth I'll leave this video with. Looks and height are everything, right? So I didn't touch on height, but height is just to keep it brief, taller, like all the United States presidents were over 6 feet. All the CEOs of major companies are over 6 feet. Short people are fucked. You're an incel if you're below 5'6" as a guy. It's the fact, guys. And who is to blame for this? Short women who want 6 feet and over guys. Guys, you don't see. This is not your fault. Even if you are the ugliest looking motherfucker on the planet, there is somebody who looks exactly like you who should be going for you. But the problem is these hypergamous women through the internet and social medias have inflated the whole inflation so high that even a negative out of 10 thinks she needs Chad. She needs a 9 out of 10. So it is not your fault. And I'm going back to my previous point that if you're depressed and sad, that you're ugly and you've tried everything, it is not your fault to take the burden off yourself and try to do something about this societal problem. Maybe, which is what I did. This is what I did. This is what I'm doing. Start a YouTube channel explaining incel ideology. The more we get the word out, that these people are ruining everybody's lives, the more the change we can bring about. The more, and this is another term, another one, beta boxers. These are blue-pilled cucks. We're paying girls to fuck them. Now, this is not like a hooker, right? You go to Las Vegas, pay the hooker to fuck you, that you're not a blue-pilled cuck. You're just rich, or you're just trying to have fun. But I don't know about, I haven't decided over the hooker stance yet. But anyways, these are guys in relationships who think the girl is with them because she desires them, right? These are the beta boxers. We gotta turn them. We gotta give them the black pill, not the red pill, because, you know, when they take the black pill, they will automatically take the red pill. Once they realize that looks and height are the most important thing, they're gonna be like, fuck, I need to do something about it. And that's when they take the red pill. So you gotta spread the word, and that's what I'm trying to do. And if I'm martyred as an incel, so be it. I will upload this video because I want to help my fellow brethren out. I want to spread the word, guys. A good channel to watch if you want to be black pilled. The black pill, looks and height are everything. Weed Waffles. Watch him. Watch his statistics and mathematics on this. This guy wrote a PhD thesis on this to be woken up. And if you have blue-pilled friends, blue-pilled beta boxers, you gotta do something about it, guys. Because if you don't do something about it, in 10 years, right? In 10 years, we won't even have unicorns. The lone female that controls her desire, has self-discipline, has a high IQ, who knows she has to be loyal to you forever until death do us apart, are gonna disappear. So you are gonna get fucked if you don't wake other people up. And I realized this last night, and I was like, I gotta make a video about this, right, guys? So in the end, whatever you take out of this video, it's up to you. If you wanna hate me for this, it's up to you. If you wanna agree with me, that's great, because you have been woken up by me and I've done my job, and I'm gonna keep doing my job. The fundamental thing you take away from this video is gonna be the black pill. I didn't say black pill in the title, so I don't get demonetized. I'm new to the YouTube game, so I don't know what I say will get demonetized. This video is probably gonna get demonetized, but fuck it. Fuck it, guys. Anyways, black pill. That's the main thing you gotta take away from this. The black pill. Looks and height are the most important thing in dating. Women are ruthless about this. They will keep it under covers, date you, and fuck chads. 9 out of 10 guys. Alright, guys? So you gotta be aware. You gotta be woke. You gotta be woke. Take the black pill, then the red pill, then every other pill you gotta take, and wake your fellow brethren up and change the world. Change starts with this video for me, guys. So I'm gonna sign off by asking you to like, comment, subscribe, comment about your experience. If you're an average looking guy, I want to hear from you. If you're a good looking Chad, I want to hear from you. And if you're an incel, well, I'm already watching you on looksmatch.org, so you don't got to say anything. But if you want to leave a comment, you know, be my guest. But anyways, I'll catch you in the next one.